Welcome back, episode 87, one that we're happy to record but not looking forward to naming. That's right, folks, episode 87. If this is your first time with us, I am your host, Big J, joined with my co-host over here, Silk. How are you doing, man?
What's up, beauties? Welcome back. And first-time listeners, this is a good one. You get two lovely bear leaguers that love to talk hockey. Welcome to the show.
We had a first timer over here. Welcome. And for those of you returning, welcome back. It's always good to have you with us. Got some good hockey talk lined up for you guys. A couple updates coming from me and Silk. A lot of Olympic talk, man. There was a lot of Olympic hockey we got to cover, especially women's. And we got back to our divisional breakdowns in the NHL. Definitely had some teams jump around. So all that and more in store for you guys in this episode. We're recording episode 87. I guess we gotta name this one for Crosby, right? Little Sid the Kid action. Is that a bevy?
No free ads. This is delicious.
Which one is that again? Labatt Blue?
Yeah.
Man, so I was told, hey guys, welcome to the pod. Hey, it's great to be back. Good to be back. It feels weird. The vibes are weird tonight. We had to change recording nights due to school for me, and it's weird. It's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. Anyone doesn't know? The beauty that brought us in. That's your host. That's Big J.
Oh hey,
I'm your boy Silky. Everyone returning.
Silk.
Thanks for another episode 87. We bring things in cash, or we bring it in really hot. If you're first time. So we're just going to go cash. You were told what about the beer? Go.
Oh, wait, coming off episode 86 too. What a great episode we had. Nick from the BLPA joined us.
Got to check that one out.
Great. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Helped. I already knew what I wanted to do, like how I wanted to like tournaments to go and stuff like that. And man, was that just like a violent shove into it. Like I do want to do competitive tournaments because I still have like, that's not going to go away. But like, let's play like, oh man, let's get out there.
To be able to maybe drink before the game instead of after.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like just one or two. Like because I don't play well buzzed. I don't not play hockey well drunk. It's not good.
Yeah, not drunk. But if I have like two, just to break the ice kind of feel. Yeah, not a buzz, but right before a buzz where you're like,
pre-buzz.
You get over that. Maybe I shouldn't have come. I should have just stayed home. And I'm going for number 3. It's going to turn into 7 or 10 real quick.
Yeah, post game. That's the thing. Post game, they're going to be rolling.
Yeah. So I skated Friday and Saturday, and I
nice.
Drank. Yeah, I drank, and I had fun. I had a really good time.
I drank.
I was
League both? League for one or both?
Just two private skates. These guys ran out ice and just text their buddies on a Friday night. And
that's cool as shit.
Like, yeah, that's the thing to do. So I got a text and I was like, yo, we're skating, free beer.
Oh. That's dope. Yeah, I didn't skate at all this weekend. It was a skateless weekend for me.
Really?
Didn't play roller because I was last class. I'm playing roller this week, so that'd be nice. I'll be able to talk about that next week. But
so you've only been the week before you're like, I'm going to my first roller game. Then you miss one because of this. So like, do your team just like, who's the guy that shows up randomly? Or
no, they know who I am. Yeah. They know who I am. And
can you imagine how weird that would be if it's your first year and like you don't know anybody? Just like, I show up when I want to.
Oh, here you go.
That's
remember that guy? No, I wish. Remember that guy I yelled at about that tournament? He's on my team. Did I not tell you that?
No.
Oh, yeah. So that guy yelled the guy that I had a verbal altercation with is on my hockey team. So that was cool.
That's karma.
Right? I had 3 assists off of him. He had a hat trick. And I had all 3 assists were from
Were
three
you
of
guys,
the assists were from
were
me.
you guys hugging?
No, just like it was like, hey, good. Like if we scored, it was like, hey, good goal. Like I was very, very hockey, very plain. Funny as shit though. I was like, oh, this is cool because it's like they were like 4 games in before I even showed up, so they already had like a little team thing going. And I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And then Dan and Colin were like, yes, like thank God you're here. We have some legs, and we only had 5 skaters. My first game back, we had 5 skaters. I played the whole second period, and I sat once in the third period. It was brutal. It was a good
Yeah,
workout.
but you've been training for that. That's nothing.
Oh, that was a marathon.
Back to the beer. You were saying something about my beer.
Oh yeah, something about Bud Light Next Gen. Did you tell me about that?
I told you about the seltzers that taste like soda, like the
Is that
old
the
fashioned
Bud Light?
sodas.
Oh no, that's weird.
Like they had one that's like orange and cherry cola and cola.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it tasted good. The orange one did. It tastes like a creamsicle.
Yeah, Bud Light Next. Here we go, bud.
What is that?
I'm showing you. I'm pulling up the pack. 0 carbs, super crisp light beer. Bud Light Next. Supposedly,
Damn, have we been recording this entire episode only recording me?
Supposedly, but the Bud Light Next Gen, supposedly it goes down like water. And I was like, oh boy, that sounds dangerous. But it's like super, super light bevy. So I might give it a shot. Yeah. That's how all light beers go down though. That's the problem with them.
I don't see a problem. You see a problem?
It's not a problem.
I have a problem. I haven't been working out. I'm one of those guys, if I have it, I use it. And I think that's a self-control issue, maybe, that I'm saying it out loud. Like dessert, if we have a pack of cookies, I'm going to have some every night until they're gone. Beer, if I buy beer for Saturday and I don't drink all of it, well, I'm drinking Sunday probably. And then their Monday, I'm going to have, there's 2 left, so I might as well.
Might as well. So my problem is with dessert is I won't touch it for like if Chick loves Oreos, so she'll get Oreos, and I'll be like, nope, I won't do it. But then the weekend comes, like Monday through Friday, big fella's locked down, and right now, like Saturday is like my only day. But like Saturday comes, and I'm like, well, look, if I eat them all now, there'll be no temptation tomorrow. That's what my brain. That's my brain's logic, and I'm like, oh, of course, that's a good one. That's a good one. Eat the whole sleeve, then you got nothing to worry about tomorrow. And that's what my brain does. And I go, nom, 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 and I eat a whole sleeve of fucking Oreos. That's how my brain works. And I know it because I catch myself doing it, and I laugh. I'm like, you stupid fuck, as I eat the whole sleeve. But hey, they're gone. No more temptation.
So good. It's so nice to hear that I'm not the only one.
Oh no, this is everyone's. See, I know what that, like, you know what that is, and I know what that is. And because we battled through that for whatever, you know what I mean? Like every time I do something like 75 hard or whatever, like I battle through that. It's like, nah, all right, just shut up. And it's not going to be worth the mouthgasm for the 10, 15 seconds of what I have to do to make that go away. A moment on the lips, forever on the hips. I'm serious, and that's what my brain does. I'm like, nah, you know how many extra laps I would have to skate or run for 3 Oreos, as sad as that sounds, but that's like real talk when you're doing a calorie deficit, you know what I mean? And your carbs on that shit, sugar intake. Like my brain is like, I'm like, I just see shit differently, of course, it's weird. But oh yeah.
Like I said, I have a problem.
Yeah.
I know this.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I didn't
drinking on a Monday. It's been a little while, but I'm okay with it.
I had a bevy last night. I had a bevy Sunday.
Did you?
Sunday evening. Yeah, we went to go see Burt Kreischer, a little comedy show out in Richmond.
How was that?
It was good. It was a good time. Both of his openers were pretty funny. I didn't know his second opener. Shout out to Josh Potter. He's a podcast guy and comedian and stuff like that. And I've been following him for like 2 years, and I never planned on seeing him live. And he just happened to be opening up for Burt. They kind of do the podcast. They have the same producers and stuff like that. So I was like, oh shit, I never got to see him before. So that was really cool to watch him open. And then Yeah, Bert did his thing. It was a good time. We had some laughs, and man, it was 2 hours away though. We didn't get home until like midnight last night. I'm running on fumes, bro. It was tough.
Man, on a
Tough.
Sunday, that's
But
always the worst.
I
Especially something on
know.
a Sunday.
Well, because today's a holiday, President's Day or
It-
some shit.
It is?
I guess there was less traffic for the
Children in
government.
school?
Yeah, for the government.
They're already
But,
on spring break. It's February.
Spring break?
Yeah.
Spring's here? That's weird.
I don't know. I guess it was 50 here. All the snow
Time's flying. Yeah, it was 60. I have allergies. That's why I'm like fucking nasally right now because it was over 60 degrees and plants were like, yes.
Yes, bro. I'm just kind of bounce around here. I guess we don't really have to go in an order. It's our show. Sid the Kid, episode 87, got me thinking, man. Just put up 501, 502, that clapper the other night.
Yeah. Oh, that clapper was smoke show too.
I think, and this is going to lead me into a question I have for you. And I think he's up there in my top 2 or 3 that I would pick. But, just what career would you pick to have a healthy career all the way through? Like, who's somebody that could have been something great, but it had injuries or, blah, blah, blah. Who's somebody you would pick? And obviously, Crosby has to be up there, right? The concussions.
I was going to say that's his biggest problem.
Like that guy's disgusting.
I think they would have one more cup if it wasn't for that, for sure. And then that's a money career. The guys he did that with, like that core, Letang and Malkin, like Fleury back in those days.
He's played
that
with
was
so many, right?
Team.
Started out first year, goes to the cup with Lemieux, loses.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what's dope too. Like I'm a real big fan. I'm a real big fan of, I like both aspects of the game, but I'm a real big fan of people like they get the opportunity like Crosby and Ovechkin where they start their career and more than likely going to end their career with those teams, unless it's like some type of desperate, but they're going to retire as that. That's what they are, just like how fucking, what's his name? The giraffe. Chara going back to New York.
The giraffe. That's
going back to New York, to retire there, as an Islander.
Is that the game plan?
So
you don't think he'll retire as a Bruin still? It's where he won his cups, where he made his career.
No, I think this season was his last season, or is his last season, I should say.
But do you think he'll retire as an Islander just because he was drafted there?
I think that was all part of the plan. It's the only reason why I fucking went there. Well, I mean, they did.
I thought it was. I still can't. That they needed somebody and he was available, and that just happened to be where he was drafted. I didn't know it was like premeditated.
I had seen something. It may have been clickbait, but I remember seeing something where it was like.
I'm just curious. I'm not questioning.
Ending where he's starting or something like that. And I don't know if that's accurate.
It could have been someone's point of view on the situation. Like if he's going to call it quits, the fact that he's going back to the Islanders where he got drafted would be a good time to like cut it. I
mean. And honestly, going to the draft,
his career, in my eyes, Chara will always be a Bruin, right?
For sure. But at the time, going to the Islanders was a good move. They were Stanley Cup contenders that fell off the face of the earth, bro. Like, what happened? You have some of the best guys on that squad. Nothing changed. Nothing. That was the same Stanley
Is that
Cup
why
roster.
the Washington Capitals got rid of him? They knew it was going to happen. Oh yeah.
Well, we knew. Yeah, well, we knew. We wanted to squeeze every drop of hockey that he had left at him, and we did that. Got exposed, but also played some good hockey for the Capitals.
I still feel like I
will give him credit.
We could have got at least one more out of him, either a back-to-back or two and three. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I like the energy. I like how they're all Z's kids. I like that aspect of it, but. The play. I mean, then again, he did shake and bake a few times, but he also got exposed a lot with him being
shit. I'm talking about the coach. Are you talking about Chara with the Caps? You said,
"Oh yeah, bro, what's happening?"
You were talking about the island. Let's backtrack. How did that happen? Let's backtrack. I was talking about how maybe the Caps knew he was only good for 1 or 2 when you're talking about the Islanders in reference to head coach. Remember the Capitals? Oh, he went there, and so and then that's what I was saying. I think if he would have stayed, we could have won another year. But yet now look at him; he's with the Islanders, and they're not looking so hot. They go from a contender to failure. You were talking.
I know what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I was talking about Chara like a fuckface.
I mean, not really, because that's how it started. I just thought and I never said his name, so it happens. It's all right. We'll forget about it. We're moving on, folks.
Okay. But wait, I want to answer your question.
Yes, please do.
I would like to see Connor McDavid without that collarbone injury, without that broken collarbone.
That's a waste.
Give him a full.
That's a waste of.
Why?
Look at him. It's still getting deadly now. He's got so much career left. I think that's.
But dude, he can just be so much. He can be. How is it a bad pick? That's like the God mode pick. Like all we did was take time away from the kid. That's what I'm saying. Stats. Pad the stats.
It was too early in his career, maybe. In fourth or fifth year, it hurts him. He's getting right there to be in his prime, but it's that early. Still wet down the.
It is early.
I was thinking something like Eric Lindros.
Oh, that's way different. I was thinking like. Never mind.
No, I want to hear it now.
I was just thinking like hella current. I was like thinking, maybe Ekblad. Maybe Ekblad in his leg, but I'm
like I said, Crosby would be my top 5 because there's just so many players that unfortunately just had.
I was geared till
Kucherov's not in there. Got hurt and then won a cup. It's like how do you
not
win
fair.
That one?
Cheat mode, cheating. Woof. But Lindstrom, tell me more.
Eric Lindros, yeah.
And Lindros, I'm sorry. I'm just names, bro.
The Mondays. We can't. That's why we don't record on Mondays.
Yeah, it's different. I'm exhausted. Like, woof. It's okay. I'm happy to be here.
And I'm
just tripping up on. I'm buzzing.
Yo, all the TikToks coming soon, folks. You don't even know. I'm making
the TikTok page is up and going. I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
I love it. Right off the jump.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're behind the curve. 500 views of video, which I guess in TikTok world isn't much, but dude, we're up for 3 days. We're already getting some views. We're creating
some likes. I saw some double digits.
Yeah, so go follow us, Men Behind the Mitts. That's a plug.
Yeah,
go do it now.
Definitely, it's fun too.
Go follow us and just make us feel good about ourselves for a small second when we get that notification on our phone that you, a listener, came through clutch.
I struggle. I hate myself. I need the
affirmation. That was major simp. Simp mode.
Is it? Yeah. Was it simping? Because this bitch is honest.
No one likes honesty lie. It's all great over here. Pass the bag.
I'm having a great time. Stress? Haha. What's stress?
Bro. Got to talk about Olympic hockey. It's been so crazy to watch what has happened. We'll start with like USA. USA goes in, runs train, beats Canada, China, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
3-0. Going to the playoffs, lose to Slovakia in a shootout.
Yeah. When they beat Canada, I was like, okay. We've got a solid chance here. I was like, Russia's probably the second strongest next to us in Canada. I was like, they're usually top 3. I was like, we already put the hurting on Canada. And when I saw Canada got knocked out, I was like, oh, it's in the bag. Like, I was like, it's in the bag.
Yeah, they got knocked out after by fucking, who was that? Sweden knocked them out. Yeah. That was just a wild day. USA.
But they were a limb before we were.
No,
they were just a limb.
After.
Yeah, I was just kidding. The fuck,
bro, but it did blow my mind just to see the way this played out. And a lot of people say, oh, it's because NHL wasn't there, but I think that's an argument. NHL is a very, very, very small club, and there's so much more talent outside. Yes, that is the best right in there.
Right.
But let's say, like, if you're looking at a graph, like this was a big red circle, it would fade away. It wouldn't just be solid different colors, it'd fade away.
Right.
And there's players that are playing in different leagues, like the KHL, for instance, and blah, blah, blah. Or we had a lot of D1 athletes on the US squad that are that are up there in talent, Bernier, shit like that. Those guys are NHLers. It's inevitable. So you can't say it wasn't because of NHL. I think there was a lot of good hockey played.
That was the future of the NHL. Most of those guys have already signed contracts. I think there was like 5 guys that out of the top 6 had already signed contracts, committing one way or another. Like that's
they'd been drafted for sure.
All we got was a precursor, which was great. We got a precursor, but not enough of one. It was unfortunate.
A lot of older heads too.
But again, it's what always comes back to you too. I know you're not a big fan of the shootout. This is the reason why. Play play hockey until it's over, in my opinion.
When it's playoffs, season, sure, let's
absolutely
okay, but when it's playoffs, that's a team effort. Should be a team loss, not to put that pressure on one player. You know what I'm saying? And then second, and your goalie. Second, like
it's all your goalie.
The team should be out there being able to win it together.
Yeah.
block
And
shots
especially
from
in a
the fourth
situation,
line. Then we, you know what I'm saying? First line gets a good change and it's a break. Like those moments happen because of a great team chemistry and IQ and blah, blah, blah. There's more into it than just individual skill. That is on
especially with
display during the game.
correct, yeah, and especially with the one shootout rule where you can have the same person go over and over again, like what we saw TJ Oshie do. You know, he just went until he. I mean, like he's got a move
Such a
for
great moment, right?
yeah. So like that, and that's an opportunity too. You got a guy like that who's deadly on the hands. It's like shit, and this goalie's like, well, here we go again. You know, like it's. I agree more. The team sport aspect of it, play it until it's done, especially in playoffs. It's a different game. It's a different game. It's a different.
Slovakia had that young kid too. Slovakia had that real young kid. And he looked good against the U.S. He looked good against everybody, bro.
Yeah,
it was so filthy. Women's hockey, though, played out as expected, kind of. U.S., Canada, gold medal. Who didn't expect that?
right.
U.S. seemed flat, though. Taking an L early with Brianna Decker and the injury.
Tough loss.
She's top 3 women in the world. So to lose her is tough. But they battled. They got to the gold game. They just didn't look like they had the step. Canada was all over.
Canada was all over him. Impressive bout by Canada. One, I can't remember her name, unfortunately, but I do know her accolade of scoring the game-winning goal in like
it's
4.
Pullen.
Yeah. How insane is that, bro? Like, what an accolade, you know?
She all the headlines are about her. The Montreal Canadiens released a statement saying at some point in time they want her in their organization in some at some part. Like, just so much. Like, she's just such a great ambassador for the game. Great stuff, dude. Nasty.
Yeah, tough loss for the U.S. women because that was a good roster. That was a stacked team. I thought that was a really good team, and they brought it, man. They outplayed every other team. You know what I mean? It was evident. Yeah, it was evident, and I feel like maybe that's what did them in because when you get to Canada like that, you know they're bringing it, and maybe that's what it was. Maybe they just didn't have the step. They weren't used to playing at Canada's pace. That could have been an effect on it, but tough loss. But I thought they showed out, you know, especially early in the tournament for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Big thing for women's hockey, though, getting more views. And did you see that was dropped about women's hockey?
Yeah,
insane. The growth of the game for women. You can kind of see it there. Even down the line, like you see. I watched the Russians play, and there's a couple Russian girls that were very similar to the Russian men, you know, as far as their stride, all that nasty hand. She curl and drag the chick, goes to the net, tries to go bar down. Like, you know, it's great to see dude, just to think about that. If the women get to the point the men are, and there's an NHL and like for women, and there's like, it's just like the men's as far as like different countries being a part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I'm
with you.
A league obviously of just Canadian U.S. women would be deadly because of all the skill here. But just when it gets to that point where there's Russian women being drafted by the women's national hockey, like just so much hockey. I just can't. I want the game to grow.
Well, it's cool too in all aspects, like you said, and just the extra cherry on the top is like now that the women are being integrated into the offices in the NHL, you know, and putting in these coaching and recruiting positions, which is awesome. You know what I mean? It definitely, like you said, just nonstop ambassadors. The sport is continuing to grow. It's a good thing for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking up the story. Go on ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and that's just huge doorways too, because now there's women that have NHL experience in head offices that if it gets to the point where the women's game grows, well, now they're coming over with experience that can change a franchise. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is how the NHL does it. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to be the best.
Absolutely. No, I wanted to touch on the Russian skater, the figure skater, the 15-year-old girl. Do you see that?
No.
That had she failed the drug test from like steroids, but she blamed it on her grandfather's medication, like her grandfather's heart medication. Crazy scenario, right? So anywho, they didn't disqualify, and then she's from Russia, which is already literally got.
They're not even Russia.
They're not even Russia, yeah, because of the last doping scandal. So like a lot of stuff's being brought up racially. Questions between the skater, 15 years old. She won. So right now she got gold. Like they let her keep the medal and everything. She got gold. And then also remember over the Summer Olympics, let me get her name right. I think it's Sha'Carri Richardson, the runner, the U.S. runner that had fucking weed in her system.
Yeah, that was whack.
And she was a badass and they DQ'd her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they DQ'd her. Didn't even let her run. Like nothing. This girl got to compete and keep the gold off a doping scandal. And she was, and Russia was part of one in the last Olympics.
I don't think it's a race thing. I heard you say race. I don't think it's a race thing. I think more or less it's a different countries thing. The U.S. were like, no, we're not going to do this. Where Russia they don't care. Like when Russia got caught, I don't think they tried to train better and get better without the subs. I think they figured out a way to how to hide the subs more better.
Yeah, that's
like, why make you better? No, we're just going to keep giving you subs. We're just going to figure out a way to how can we hide these in your system better? We'll spend 4 years trying to figure that out instead of just training better. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't that seem like a Russian thing? So like, yeah, no, who gets through? Who got through? Oh, she got through. All right, we're going to ride her to the gold medal. You know what I'm saying?
It's
they
crazy.
Just like drug mules almost.
Crazy. I don't want to believe it.
It's
but
true,
you know, to me, it just seems like
Russia. They just want to win everything.
No, but I think there's more to it because it just seems like it's Bush League that, you know, like she was disqualified immediately and stuff like that. And it's just over that. It's not, and boy, it's just terrible. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's terrible. There's nothing else you can say about it because that chick would have whooped ass. She was so fast.
Yeah, for sure.
So fast, boy.
So good. So fast.
Man. Let's talk a little Caps hockey.
Caps hockey.
All the boys finally on the ice for the first time this morning. The entire roster was on the rink today. Mantha wearing a no contact. TJ's
no
back,
contact.
All of them. Schultz. How great is it? The boys said everyone had like a buzz to them.
Yeah, Kemper's like everyone's
back. Yeah, everyone's back. You got Ovi and Kuzi playing at arguably their best.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, right. So and then now Nicky's starting to get into things. He's coming off, a long injury stint. Like
the lengthy hip. God bless.
Willie coming off the all-star vibes. I don't care what you say. Y'all can boom all you want. That guy was vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Joke. That's another level for him. He's got 32 points on the season. Call him what you want. You guys, if you're going to label him a goon and he's putting up 30, feel sorry for everyone else that's labeled a goon. You feel me? So the Caps are there. There's a lot of trade talk for them right now, but the goaltending, arguably, I shared with you, Pavelski's been talked about. There's been a lot of, chatter. It happens, but I think there's no one we need to add if we got a healthy roster. It's goaltending.
That's goaltending for sure. I wouldn't mind. I don't even know who I would pull. No one in the top six, not with a healthy Mantha back. No one in the top six I would pull. But I'm just saying, like, if you got
none, arguably, you're talking about
in the top six.
I mean, the whole roster. I think Washington win healthy.
That's what I mean. There's no one.
Run four.
Yeah,
our fourth
there's
line
no one that I'd be like
all day.
Yeah, there's no one I don't see that's like, no, I'm gonna let's just try this. I don't see that. The roster is there. These guys are all earning. These guys that are here, Sprong or Sheary, I mean, they earned their place, on this roster, made it happen. And those are the guys that are really going to be the game changers come playoff time. Like when everyone's buzzing, third, fourth line buzzing. Hathaway's having a great midseason run right now.
On the board the other night.
Yeah, my guy's getting on the board, getting down and dirty in front, which is what we wanted to see. His progression from year to year and season to season has been, it's like just trailing behind Wilson's, not as extravagant as first, but trailing in that direction. He's a fighter. Let him handle the scuffles now. We need Wilson on that top, 1 and 2 lines. We need his time on ice to be up. Let Hathaway handle it. And then also this is a guy who's going to punch you in the face and score a goal when he gets back on the ice.
Yeah.
So it's great to have
those
him
shoes and put up 20 points a season. That's deadly.
That's what's happening. That's what I was going to say. That fourth line, as much as I love it, the only guy I could see making a move is Hagelin. Hasn't lost a step, but just getting up there, just getting up there in the age.
When you really break it down, I'd be okay based off this season, letting go Eller and Sprong.
And I'm still a Spronger fan.
I'm a fan of the way he played last year. I'm not a fan of the way he's playing this year. I love his heart. Follow him on Instagram. I think you do too. Guy's always training, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. He's got to get it going, but we got to get the vibes right too. Maybe, everyone's buzzing. He gets back with his line mates, a full healthy roster. Maybe he finds his game. But with a player like that, I feel like if you're pulling for him, he's got to step up in the moments where they're at the weakest too. And he just wasn't there for the Caps during that slump.
Yeah, it was a tough time to fill in too, man. Lots of bouncing around. Felt like the top six really took some hits there, especially early in the season. But that's going to have to be a move. Defense is going to have to stay strong. Schultz is back, Kemper's back. Everyone's looking healthy back there. Definitely going to have to make the move, though. I think goaltending is going to be the highlight of this trade deadline. 29 days? Definitely going to be some chatter. We know there was chatter with Fleury.
Already starting, right?
Yeah, possible chatter with Holtz. You know how I feel about. I mean, both of those goalies. It's wild to say yes to both of them, but who knows? We're going to need something though. And who you keeping? You keeping V on board and you shopping Sammy?
I'm shopping Sammy. I think he has the bigger hype prior to everything that happened, COVID, four-wheeler accident. He looks stellar that first year after the cup when Gruby left. Shit. I just don't. I think he has the more value. You got like kid coming off a decent rookie year with V, but he still has a lot to prove and could be a huge bust when we see these goalies. Sammy, I think, is on that borderline of maybe a change of scenario could put him a change of scenery. I'm sorry, could put him into an elite goaltender again. And if so, we've seen flashes of it. Kid's good. Kid's a good goaltender, but we're trying to win now, and we can't wait for you to figure this out. Whatever's going on. So.
That's on Sammy real fast. 29 games played this season, 17 wins, 7 losses, 3 overtime losses, goals against 2.84, save percentage 0.906. I know he's got 3 or 4 shutouts on the season. I think it's 3. I'd like to give him 4, but I think it's 3. So I mean, he's got it going on. You know, he's a winning goalie. I mean, career he's a winning goalie. 46 wins, 17 losses. So I mean, he's the numbers don't reflect. So I mean, like you said, he's the bigger name. His record this season could be drawing another team who needs a solid maybe number 2 guy. I don't know, but we definitely got to get something here. Don't want to have to ride V going into the playoffs. Good. I'd like to have a vet. I'd like to have a little bit of a vet back.
Yeah, I would take somebody. Yeah, and when I say somebody, I mean somebody with some experience in the goaltending position. Obviously, if you can move some drafts in V and keep Sammy, maybe that's the move to do. I mean, after you said the statistics and you think about it, there's a lot more to it. I mean, it's hard to be very so analytical and critical of a goaltender in the NHL because it's such a fast game. And your D, obviously, professionals, that's their job, trying to do their best, but the bounces cannot go your way for a couple games. There's so many different variables, but to hear his stats, like that sounds like a winning goaltender, and he's still young. He's still so young. And to see him maybe go somewhere else in 2 years, boom, he's, best goaltender in the league. Who knows? Hypothetical situation there. That would hurt, right?
But that seems to be a Capitals trend. We're great at farming, great farm teams. Hershey always does a fantastic job bringing them up. And, like Marcus Johansson, these guys like Andre Burakovsky, they didn't blossom when they wanted to blossom here. They get somewhere else blossoming, like
Berkey's a iffy one because he blossomed just right in the playoffs in 2018.
Well, true, but didn't maintain.
And then they moved him. Oh, he got some quick value. Yeah. But you're right. Yeah. Berkey was one of those guys that was kind of in the shadows. We were just waiting for it. 2018 playoffs.
Yeah, he didn't. Not that he struggled out with Colorado, but I mean, he was definitely a top performer for them, though. I mean, he's definitely on their top 6. Yeah. So I mean, he's an important player to them.
He's really coming to his own too. A little more confidence and swagger, dropping that 6'5", 95. The numbers is huge. We talked about this. We were going to talk about this episode. When you, not to say we call it hockey style, but like. You have your shit. That's my number. This is, blah, blah. This is what I, do. I think you see a little more confidence in players like that. Did you think that has any difference?
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, when you have the number, man. It's all the vibe.
It looks good with a 9.5 too.
Yeah. It's the vibe. For sure. It's the move. The move for the kid there.
Miss that kid, Berkey. Stevenson looking like a I liked him better in 18 than I do the 20s. Number, but out in Vegas, another one deadly. He assisted on Jack Eichel's first goal.
Yeah,
and you could see him look at all like he could have wrapped it, but he held it. They're looking for Jack to get him going early. That's so.
I was gonna say it wasn't even that great of a play. Like he could have made another move, but he just fed it to him, and of course, Eichel buries it.
Yeah, feathered it almost, but
feather it, brother. Looks good in the white.
I'm pulling for that guy. Oh, it doesn't even. That's so weird that he looks good in that uni. It's not weird to be like, oh my god, Jack Eichel's in.
Oh my god, no, it's like, oh my god, Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel, hello, baby.
Too bad it's for Vegas, nonetheless. I mean, they got the work skis, but
I know.
Happy for Eichel. God bless it. I'm so happy for him, man. It was good to see him out there. Looked good, too. Didn't really seem off pace to me. I feel like he's still like I don't know if the 100% there on the hands, but his hockey IQ is there. Eichel's got a great read on that ice, man.
Yeah, he looked good in the face-off dots. His stride is so not unique, but he's fast, bro. Like seriously, it's to watch him skate. You can tell he's just so much a better skater.
He does it nonchalantly too. Like he's very vertical.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's all his back is like almost straight up and down. Like, and man, he flies. Yeah, he flies, bro. It's like 3 strides
through the neutral zone, like blue line to blue line. He's like straight up, like catching pass at the blue line, and he's gone. And it's where in comparison, McDavid, even though he's long strides, but he's the way McDavid attacks, he's always going at an angle, so he's always crossing over because it's so much faster, and then he's attacking.
Yeah.
Man, I love the NHL. Best league in the fucking world, bro.
So good. It's like indescribable, man. That's why, man. I watched a breakdown on that clip the other night of McDavid when he fried the Rangers and literally brought it out of the zone, cycled, brought it back in, and fried all 5 of them and scored. Like, just watching the breakdown of it, he literally put everyone where he wanted them. The way the guy was breaking the video down, like he knew by coming up here they were gonna form the box, and he was like, that's all he needed for the Zen to form the box, leave the middle open, and he fucking took it. I was like, oh my god,
isn't that crazy? Their IQ level. Like we're trying to attack a triangle on the D-man right in front of us. This guy he's playing the whole fucking board at once.
Yeah. He literally places like he skates. He knows where he's going to be. He's going to put a guy there. And then he's like, perfect. That's all he need. And then he just does he even need to look at their body language, or does he's just so fast? He just makes the move. I mean, they can't keep up.
I mean, they can still stop the play, even though they're in the position he wants them to be in. They can still make the play. So yeah, there's still some athleticism there too, even if he does get them where. Yeah, that's what makes it so great. Like, I could circle back and know that they're gonna fall back into a box. That's kind of common,
right?
At that level, I feel like most players should know that. But to then be an attack and then. That's where you separate yourself from great players to elite.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's so beautiful. I love the NHL.
Yeah, bro.
It's so beautiful.
How crazy would it be if we had women's NHL blow up, and then let's say fucking roller hockey, just constant winter to summer.
Roller hockey needs to be in the Summer Olympics, man. I know that we've talked about this before with.
We're in like a summer thing on ESPN, like.
Yeah, bro.
You can watch the NBA Development League on ESPN, the NBDL or whatever it's called. But you can't, come on, let's get roller hockey going.
Professional roller hockey's the tits too. Like, I don't know if you guys have, a lot of people haven't probably seen professional roller hockey, but like our buddy John Schaubs, man, like these guys are top-notch roller hockey players. And roller hockey is such a different game than ice. Possession, it's mostly one-on-one, skill-based. Like, it's all a possession game. It's totally different. Played totally different. 4-on-4, same floor. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm ever since I'm back on roller, I fucking love it.
Do you?
It's fun, man. It's just it's a different playing. Like I said, I started playing a different style of ice hockey as well, but I mean, really rollers, like I just practice hands, like, and it's all 1v1. You get of course you get a nice pass, but usually only making one pass in roller, like out of the zone. And then, if you have someone else streaming backdoor or you're someone cutting, or like me, I'll go behind the net and, do the whole thing and look for a D-man or something. But yeah, man, it's quick. Usually it's the possessions are either you hold it the whole time or you're shooting a lot,
Yeah.
It's fun.
I'm excited.
We gotta get you
rollerblades.
Yeah, so we gotta get you back into it. Get you on some Mars blades.
Although my biggest deal is not being able to skate on ice enough to where I go back, and it's like it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't go to a pickup before my next beer league game, and I'm just a bum.
Yeah. The first couple strides are weird, but then you fall right back into it, and it feels like home. Feels just like home. Yeah. Let's do it, bro. Let's jump on to the NHL. We haven't got to do a divisional breakdown in a while, so let's catch some people up. There's been a little bit of movement. Some big man. That's what I posted about there on Instagram. But 8 games yesterday. It was beautiful. Sunday full of hockey. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the league is really shaping up. Number one in the entire league, Colorado right now, followed by Florida, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Pittsburgh. That's your top five, folks. The Rangers in sixth, Caps in 10th. There's a shitload of Eastern teams on this top 10 list, and that just goes to show you the best leagues in Metropolitan.
For sure, man. The Metropolitan's going to be a tough one. Let's start with them last, though. Let's save them for last because we can talk with the boys again. But let's jump over to the Atlantic Division, where we were worried a couple weeks ago how tight things were down in that 4-5 and that 4-5 spot bouncing around, and there's finally a little bit of gap there. But in the Atlantic Division, we got Florida in first with 75 points, Tampa in second with 70 points, Toronto hanging on in third with 67 points. Boston in fourth with 62, and Detroit still chomping the bit here, 52 points. You think they've got an option? You think they got the chance here to chase down Boston, or just that fourth spot in general and cause a mess up there?
I don't know. 10 points is only 5 games, but and that's a quick little either, home game schedule or a quick little road trip, and you pull out some dubs, and you're right there in the mix. Especially the way Boston hasn't been stellar. Dylan Larkin.
Let's say Detroit's got some weapons, man.
Like
you just said, Dylan Larkin, Vrana just now getting back on the ice as well. Same time coming off the shoulder injury.
Yeah,
they could put something together here.
Yeah, huge points from Bertuzzi this season too. 44 points so far on this season. That's huge. Only more points was only player with more points was Dylan Larkin, 52. Yeah. The goaltending has been, all right. It hasn't been stellar. But I really feel like maybe they make a move at a goal, but they're not trying to win now either. It's not it's
right.
Get better every year. Yes,
they've been a rebuild.
Excuse me, but it's not a win now mentality. The way they're going, they're really progressing. They get Vrana back on the ice, blah, blah, blah. This really turns into a good, fast team. So, I don't know if they make the fourth spot. I think the fact that you still have Marchand, Bergeron, and Pasternak on the ice, you got guys like Charlie McAvoy on D, just to name a few.
Yeah.
That when you compare that side by side with Detroit's roster in a best of 7, it doesn't happen. I know the points are there, but it's not even close.
Let's talk about this number one team, the Florida Panthers, and Barkov the other night, man. We were praising the hell out of him. The behind the back, basically, the behind the back backhand toe drag all the way behind. Super impressive move. Barkov's on one right now. Go.
I love that move. He did it with more of a push. I love it. You just curl and drag and you just go real deep and you pull it behind you to the point where there's no way he's getting it, But he did it head on at a D-man and then pushed off with his foot with it and then went even wider. That's, good night. It was to see it happened so fast too. We're breaking it down, motion by motion here. He did it quickly. Like whoa.
Super quickly.
Yes, so deadly. And the crazy part is not even leading the team in points, Barkov. That goes to Huberdeau with 70 points.
Yeah, no joke, man.
Reinhart with 47, and then the D-man tied up Ekblad with 47 as well. Barkov is leading the team in goals with 23. You got Sam Bennett in second with 21, and then our boy Duclair, the Duke, at 20. That right there just showing you all the different names we mentioned when it came to points and goals. Florida's an elite squad right now, and I really believe that they are number one in the NHL.
Don't forget to mention they're one of their biggest pieces to this puzzle, their backbone, Sergei Bobrovsky, having a season, bud. Bob having a big season, 26 wins, 4 losses, goals against 2.51. I mean, my guy's having a year here. Spencer Knight giving him some backup, giving Bob some rest. But riding Bob heavy. We riding Bob heavy coming here to the playoffs. And I think you're right. Florida is the best team in the league right now, hands down.
Yeah, I mean Tampa's right there with them, and so is Colorado. But I'm pulling a little favoritism because I love the lineup too.
Yeah,
you pull for a guy like Huberdeau. He's one of the most underrated players in the league. Sasha is a beauty. We just talked about Barkov. Ekblad, the way he went out last season and the way they played without him, the fact that they have him, you have to assume it's he's an elite defenseman. That's huge and a great goaltending. The fact that they've played through a head coach loss. Think about that.
Yeah.
Their head
Early in
coach
the season,
was
too.
released from his job for something that he did at his old job while you guys are on a 10-0 win streak and
Yeah.
didn't even blink an eye. That there's a testament there, there's something to be said about this roster in Florida. And I don't want to drag it on too long, but I really would love to see it, but B, I really do think that they're top team.
I'm with it. Let's touch on number 3 here real quick. The Toronto Maple Leafs. You know what? I just gotta touch on our boy Austin Matthews, bro. He picked it. Him in the post got a little beef, eh? I mean,
he was in the zone and he was like legit looking through the net and skated through it, bro. Caught the post in his mouth.
Dude, knocked the chiclet out, bud.
I've been there where you're so in the zone in the play, like you're not even paying. I've been there, ran into the boards.
That's a great question. But
yes, to watch him chirp the fucking reporter, so sick. Yo, his big ass lips, he's so goofy. Yeah, great question.
Yeah, but that's you talk about eyes on the prize. Like he was focused, locked in. That net was like he was like, I'm fucking cutting this, and wham! Oh my god, that hurt.
Toronto though arguably has one of the best cores in the NHL.
Core and another stellar goaltender as well.
Yeah,
Campbell playing big for them. I mean, he's going to be there. Another big piece of their puzzle is going to be keeping him happy and healthy as well.
Marner, Matthews, Tavares, just right there. Then you can add in Nylander, Spezza. It goes on. The core arguably is the best core in the NHL. Like you're picking from a draft pool, everyone's available. Like Toronto's core could potentially be picked multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people would pick that as their first 3. Tavares, Matthew, Marner, like whew, that's deadly.
But it's Toronto.
And is it a curse?
Is it a curse?
It's Providence. It's everyone in there. Just they live for the game, and they're hurt with the team that. Yeah, sorry, we made a deal with the devil. We got all 75 Stanley Cups, like in the first 4 years.
We won early.
It's terrible to see. It really is. But I mean, we were in that boat for a while with not as long, but
we shall see, man. Let's jump over to the Pacific real fast. We got to talk about this top 4 in the Pacific, top 5 really. Wow, top 6 really. Number 1, Holden going to the Calgary Flames right now. 66 points, 49 games played, 30 wins. Calgary is on a tear, and they just seem to keep adding to the roster at the moment. Vegas trailing them in second with 62 points. Edmonton showing them in third with 59. LA in fourth with 59 points. And Anaheim, I almost said Annapolis. I'm so stupid. Anaheim Ducks in fifth with 57. And Vancouver in sixth with 52. I mean, this fifth, fourth, there could be some mashups down here, but we got to talk about Calgary holding that one spot for the time being. Vegas right on their tail. We touched on Vegas a little bit early, but Calgary making some moves. Are they the real deal this year?
I think so, buddy. The addition of Tyler Toffoli was fucking huge.
It's a big move.
Big fan of Tyler's. Yeah, man. Yeah, Calgary could really make a run this year. Once we get into the playoffs, it's a different game. And we'll see,
Monday.
We'll see how they hold up. But Kachuk, the list goes on when you start naming the roster for Calgary Flames.
For sure.
Followed up by great goaltending. They're the real deal. Falling down to number 2, Vegas, though. Are we going to see a Kucherov situation? Does Mark Stone come off LTIR right at the playoffs? And now they got Mark Stone, Pacioretty,
I think so.
Woo! And that's number 2.
So.
George McPhee really wants a cup. It hurt his first year leaving the Capitals organization, going to Vegas, and then that team wins.
Getting the door slammed, bro.
And it beats him. Like, imagine his storyline. Like, his avatar is just like, I can't imagine what's going through his head. You're with the same organization. You get arguably the best goal scorer of the generation, and you can't win a cup. You're losing the playoffs first round, second round, second round, and you can't get it done. You leave. You think, oh, it's the team. It's not me. I go to another organization, brand new organization. I get to pick the whole team from scratch.
Yeah, draft.
I get to do it my way. Yeah. Solid roster. Oh, yeah. We go all the way to the cup first year. Look how great I am. I didn't need them. Who we playing? Oh, I'm playing your old team. Oh, you just lost.
You just lost.
Bro,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's why I love the fact, like, love knowing about the game because you know about all these little things, right? An average person, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Washington won the Stanley Cup 2018. What a big deal! What a big deal! What a
Yeah.
big deal! Our former GM was across the ice from us, the brand new expansion team for the first year, Vegas. Like so many little stories going on within that timeline.
Yeah, tough to be McPhee. I tell you what, man. They're holding on to second, though. Edmonton floating back to
shirt.
third.
Tough to be McPhee.
Edmonton floating back in third. They're definitely gonna be bouncing around that.
How do you
one,
feel
two,
about them
three spot.
with the ad of Kane now? Are they the real deal? Nugent Hopkins, you got Hyman, you got Barry,
look,
Draisaitl, Vander Kane.
So what is the beginning of the year? Edmonton just locked in a lot of deals to me that didn't make sense. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah,
but listen, Vander Kane, great supporting role member. Mm-hmm. Great supporting role. Already getting in there, putting between the pipes, getting some assists. Questionable on that one hit and all that stuff that happened the other night. Questionable on that hit from behind.
That's his game, though, and it's always been that game.
Yes.
Even when he was in Atlanta, blah, like he plays the line. He can score goals or he's going to fuck you up. Don't fuck with him, you know?
Right. I think give him the chance. I mean, let him keep getting comfortable and mesh with the boys. And Edmonton added a weapon. They added an outlet. They added another guy that can cause chaos. You know, but he's got some wheels still. Keep putting the puck in the back of the net. And like you said, he brings that heavy forecheck. I never disliked Evander Kane. You just got to find that stride. His personal life might not be the best, but look, we're here for puck, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And to close out this division, we got to talk about the Kings. Are they going to hold the fourth spot? They've had some great goaltending from Quick and Sparks. They're arguably got a good team when you talk about Kempe, Kopitar, Denault. You know, there's a lot of good talent there.
Yeah, they just all going to be turned on together at the same time. And that's the thing is, can they keep this up? That's what's going to, especially when you got a team like Anaheim, who's really got some, you know, some players that can really come alive. You know, they can, like Zegras, man. He's just right there, get on the brink. You know, he's still scoring seamless goals, kind of the goals that we shoot in beer league, those tight short side shots that maybe goaltenders aren't used to seeing in the NHL. And he's fuck it, why not? I can get it right there.
One the other night, Zegras did where he just feathered it over, like he sauced it top. Oh man,
that's what I mean. Like I shoot that shot all the time because I'm like, well, they're not expecting it, you know. It's a money shot.
Edmonton is in third with 59 points, tied with the Kings. Anaheim is in fifth with 57. Anaheim wins, they're all tied for third.
That's what I mean.
And arguably, if the Kings and the Anaheim Ducks were to get one or two more wins before Edmonton is now in fucking sixth, just like that. Fifth, I'm sorry, just like that. And not even in the playoffs. Like, just like that. This division is really turning into a good race. You have to watch. This is at the point of the season where no matter what hockey game you turn on, it's good. There's some in the beginning of the season, like, all right, Nashville versus Ottawa. I don't really give a shit. No, not now. We're going into March.
Down to the wire.
Divisions are so close. If you can catch a division game, it doesn't matter if they're first or last. It's huge.
For sure, man. Let's jump over to the Central.
Mm-hmm.
Got Colorado holding down the number one spot, 76 points. Cruise control set. Minnesota, big fan of this team, the Wild, in second with 65 points. Right behind them, Stanley Cup. St. Louis, 64 points. Nashville in fourth with 60 points. Dallas right on their tail, 56 points. So, you know, Colorado kind of pulling away. Minnesota and St. Louis solidifying the 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 there. That fourth spot, though, Nashville, Dallas, Winnipeg could be a little bubble option.
Yeah, got to start with my boys out in Dallas, though. My man Ben catching a quick find for spraying young blood with the water. Yeah, ain't nothing to him. Here's the check, bounce.
Classic move.
We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. The fact that Holtby's been mentioned, as being on the block. Khudobin, worst fucking NHL goaltending deal ever, if you ask me at this point. Maybe right there with Leonard. But they still have some great players. Pavelski leading the team with points at 53. The young kid, Robertson, 46. That's huge. They're getting points from different guys. Sagan and Ben not even making top 3 in points, assists, or goals. That's huge because a lot of times you mention the Stars, those are the only two guys you think of. So you get them going. maybe late in the season, they could really make a fucking push, bro. And Dallas could be the real deal. We'll see what happens.
I agree. I do want to touch on Minnesota, man. They're really in a groove. They are set. It seems to me like they're on cruise control, really coming alive with that squad, man. And just Krill just continue to do his job and continue to cycle the puck. Man, he's so good. I love watching him handle the puck, especially deep in the zone. But Minnesota holding on to that spot. St. Louis still putting up a battle there in third. I think they can definitely be a force to be reckoned with here as the season continues to go on as well. They know what it takes. They've been there recently, and that's they're a team who's going to be fighting for that every inch.
Is Colorado, and I say this because I don't see them get knocked out of first place. And if they do, it's not going to matter. They're making the playoffs no matter what. That's just a deadly team, and they're playing really, very well right now. Here's the question, though.
Damn.
Are we looking at the Western Conference Toronto Maple Leafs? Is this a team that year after year after year is expected to not only make it to playoffs, but go all the way and then has let us down? And I'm not a Colorado fan, but arguably everyone will agree who's paid attention to hockey. What, 4? We going back 4 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they were put on a pedestal again this season.
Exactly. And they fell off, but they found their stride again. And here they are doing what Colorado does. But so is Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Toronto's looking like, wow, like they could win it this year. They look great.
I don't know. They're gonna have to hold it together. Goaltending there. We were talking about Berkey earlier. Kadri filling his role there, but I mean, it's definitely going to be
Kadri filling his role. 63 points leading the team.
Yeah.
More than filling his role. They're getting the scoring they need from outside sources. Not Landeskog, not McKinnon.
Very true. Landeskog's been on like a little cool down period. Landeskog's got to come alive.
Yeah, he has. He's still in second in the team with goals with 23 behind Rantanen. Also another name you can drop, right? McKinnon.
Yeah, no joke.
Only cracking the top 3 in stats on assists with 36. Huge though. Cale Makar, third in the team in points with 51, and then great goaltending. Also
Darcy's having a great season out there.
Exactly. Yep. Kemper's looked so good. So Colorado, are we looking at another bust team that just can't make it in the playoffs?
I don't want to put that on them. That is my true worry for Toronto. I'm not worried this year with Colorado. I was worried last year, but
Colorado makes the cup then? That's what you're telling me. No, you're not worried about Colorado.
I think I predicted that earlier.
Yeah, so you stand behind that. Like, yeah, they're going all the way to the cup.
Yeah, they're cut down.
Questionable for me. I think Minnesota could take them in a best of 7 right now.
Minnesota, that's going to come down. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I don't see St. Louis or Nashville really making a push there, but I could really see Minnesota if they go to, one-on-one best of 7 versus Colorado winning it out of the top 4 teams. Yeah.
I haven't hubbubbed and my throat is still sucks. My voice is off tonight. I don't like it. Let's touch on this Metropolitan Division really quickly. Number 1 spot, Carolina Hurricanes still holding it down, 74 points. Pittsburgh on their heels, 70 points. New York bringing up 3rd with 69. Caps holding 4th strong with 65 points.
And then it falls off.
Yeah, it really does fall off. The top 4 is kind of set over here. And I feel like everyone's kind of in cruise control. Carolina's really finding their rhythm again. Pittsburgh's really coming back, clawing back, proving. We all knew slow start doesn't matter. Pittsburgh's going to be in the top 4, causing a fucking ruckus no matter what. New York definitely holding its own in 3rd place here, man. New York is they're I feel like they can still take it up a notch. They can still they have another place where they can go, I feel. And that's who my real concern is in this division is going to be New York. Even with Carolina number 1. Yeah, man, they're my biggest concern.
Really? I think Carolina is the real deal. And I know I gave you a really good talking about Florida Panthers, but I think Florida takes Colorado. I talked about this while I'm already questioning them.
I agree.
So in that case, if Florida had to play Carolina best of 7, who am I picking? That's arguably one I don't know if I can answer because I really like the way Carolina's played, bro. They not even just fun to watch. They're getting the job done.
Yeah, no joke.
And so to watch them play right now, great goaltending too, coming out of north of the border. Toronto, Freddie's looked like a fucking stud. It's crazy. It just makes you wonder really if that pressure in Toronto is really that big of an influence, because you get guys that leave and they play stellar too, like Hyman and Edmonton, tough market too. But yeah, dude, Carolina is the real deal. I really think they can make a cup run this year.
They really, I think they can, especially with, you had Sebastian Aho having a season, Tony DeAngelo finding a home, in Carolina.
Yeah,
And we're just coasting over Svechnikov. You know what I mean? Really,
with a
really
breeze.
cracking some heads and causing a ruckus the other night in the game the other night, man. He was definitely had a big target on him. So this is a team that can, that lately, I mean, last season Carolina brought it on as well, man. That they know what they're doing. They've been a thorn in in the Capitals' paw before, or in the Eagles' talon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But they're the real deal. I think if you tell me right now, 7-game series, I'm still going Florida just because of Bob. I know Frederick Anderson over here is having a hell of a season, but Bob's on top of his game. Bob is Stanley Cup ready right now.
You know what really is like the determining factor in this Panthers Carolina matchup?
What is it?
The boss bench. And I fucking love Brendan Moore. I really do.
Yeah.
He's one of the top.
He's one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy, what's his name? Fuck, I suck. In Tampa. He's the best coach. If I'm playing for anybody in the NHL, it's him. But Rod Brindamore, second. I want to run through a wall with him.
Yeah, dude, I love Brendan Moore. He's a hockey guy. He's got that steel cut jaw. I mean, the guy looks like he's made out of a piece of iron. I'm a real big fan of him as a coach for sure.
Man, what a career too he had. But yeah, dude. So when we talk about the Metropolitan's top four, we have Carolina, Pittsburgh, New York, Washington. New York, really, you're right, could turn it on. It's kind of scary. They could turn it on and take that top spot. That would be a fun matchup, Carolina and New York, the way they've played. But I think the scary thing to think about is this Washington could go one or two ways. If they can't get it going here, make something happen at the trade deadline, it's a wash. But they get everyone back healthy, full lineup, playing like they did when they first started the season. And
Are we beating Pitt? That's the question.
If Washington Capitals are playing the same hockey they played in the first 10 games,
I don't think Jari can keep up.
I think it's a wrap, especially the simple fact that Ovechkin and Kuznetsov are playing their best hockey. Like, even if our goaltending's slacking, that's going to be tough. But at the same time, Ovi disappeared last year in the playoffs. So that's something now we have to think about. Like, but it hasn't happened often. So maybe it was a fluke. But if it happens again this year, now we have to start thinking, do we want him to play great all season and disappear in the playoffs? Or do we want to, like, come on.
He's still, he's rocket happy. He's got eyes on the Rocket. He's got eyes on the record, eyes on the cup. I think his eyes for the cup and his heart's with the cup,
Yeah, I was going to say, if you had to pick one out of the three, I think the cup is not.
It'll be another cup for sure. Summer of Ovi Volume 2.
Rockets probably last, honestly, for him.
Yeah.
But it should be second, because if he's winning Rockets, then he's definitely catching.
And he's pulling a great one. He's got it. I'm not going to say it's in the bag, but he's got it.
After this year, it looks great. Next 2 years will really show, because we could see
next 2 years are important
quickly.
Yeah.
Imagine a year we have Ovechkin with only 20 points.
It's Ovechkin.
Ovi, final season, 20 points.
20 points.
25 games played.
Pim's like 235 minutes.
Just straight out there cross-checking people. Just like,
I'm not mad. I'd love to see a beer league Ov.
Oh, man.
How many years? So when he's done here, how many years do you think he plays in the KHL? Five more?
Yeah, over there, he's a Yager.
Right back to the Dynamo.
That's the crazy part, too, right? Because we talk about, he could decline. But at the same time, if Ovi is like a Russian version of Yager, what do you think?
Yeah.
Juiced up, gassed up. He could play while Yager's playing, still till 50 overseas.
Yeah.
What if Ovi's like Yager, Russian version, and plays in the NHL till 50?
No
like,
joke.
Not only greatest goal scorer of our generation, but like never aging.
Just a mil every year.
What's the contract? 5-y?
His? Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Him and Nicky will be done at the same time.
You have to know that he thought he could finish all 5 years strong.
He's doing it here.
He didn't sign up. He didn't. No, not. I get it in Washington, but I'm talking about like he really thinks he's got 5 years that he will be able to still be what he's doing this year on the 5th year. He really thinks that.
If that's the case, then he can play 2-3 more years.
If he thinks he's going to the KHL after, you know he's not going to KHL once he's burnt out. He's going to want some gas left in the tank. So that means he thinks the next 5 years he can arguably be.
You think he would leave here?
Candidate.
You think he would leave here and go to the KHL knowing he's still got a career there?
Yeah, of course.
You think he wouldn't leave it all out here and just be like, I'm done,
bro? No. Those guys are still playing. Danzig's still fucking playing. Get out of here.
True.
How many years has that been? I'm surprised Zetterberg and other players probably. The KHL could be full of guys that retire from the NHL and still be deadly.
Very true.
Which would be really tight to see. Like a league full of guys, like once you leave the league and you're older, like a 40 and over NHL league. Like, how deadly would that be? I mean, every beer league barn has one of those, right? A 45, a 40 over, a 50 over league. Let's do it. Between 40 and 60 years old. You have to have played
the senior summer league.
Yeah.
The senior summer league. Yeah.
I would pay to watch that. No joke.
I'm not gonna lie. $5.99. ESPN Plus.
Give me with that 15. I might
put it on. Give me a season, a season, 48 game season.
Ooh, that's deadly. How about every Sunday night?
Yeah, for 48 weeks,
like an NFL schedule.
Round up, everyone makes the playoffs. Fuck yeah, bro.
Would watch that though. Would watch that. So we got
I would watch it.
Women's league coming, and we need a 40 and over ex NHL league coming. All right.
The beauties.
Hockey world. That's my fantasy. Hockey world. Playing hockey, watching hockey.
Worldwide.
Silky Mitts. Worldwide. Men behind the mitts worldwide. Irish fans.
That's
still
true.
Hanging in
Irish.
There. Dublin.
We got 5 of them.
Whatever, though. Think about that. Some little fucking pub in Dublin talks about us. The boys are sitting at the table. They got a pint, and they're talking about men behind the mitts in the days where we came through.
Oh,
chill. We're already getting deleted. This is making TikTok. Let's go.
Hashtag here for it. Let's wrap, bro. Another good episode. I'm glad we got the time to catch up. Got to get used to these Monday vibes. Definitely. Sorry, my energy level was off a little bit, fighting the allergies. But looking forward to get things switched up. Going to make some moves. Got some progress coming as well. Getting pretty excited about what we're building and man, the future's looking bright. I'm excited.
2.0. Men behind them is 2.0 coming soon. Camera angles, audio, content, everything. We're gonna just step our game up a little bit. We're gonna try to really
exciting.
Take it to the next step, baby step. But let's go to step 2. TikTok games are
really
exciting, folks. Jump on it.
Yeah, definitely check out the TikTok, check out the IG. But as always, thank you for the support, guys. I'm glad you guys hung out for another episode. We'll be back next week. Gonna get some interviews lined up as well. I know we've got some maybes right now. We're just working on ironing out some dates. Gonna get some different types of clubs in here and get some more hockey club guys going on.
Influencers overseas. Speaking of Dublin, we got some guys overseas who are trying to get lined up with the time schedule.
Yeah. Got some stuff moving. Definitely looking forward to the future. And man, let's wrap it up.
All right, boys. Till next time.
Be well, guys.
The boys from Men Behind the Mitts just want to say thanks for listening. And as always, be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media outlets at Men Behind the Mitts. Brought to you by Silky Mitts Hockey Club. Support the boys at silkymitsHC.com.